Does an MMO being completely built from AI brings worry to the MMO community? Now, that is actually a pretty decent question, as I would have never thought in a million years that I have to say those two exact words of AI and MMO. It sounds crazy, but as rampant as the AI growing in our tech industry, from AI being put in our phones, from AI like ChatGPT or AI art, and everything like this big spur of AI is getting crazier by the second. And no, not your usual case of AI like NPCs, like no, actively using AI in our day-to-day lives. But it growing in our tech does not sound too far off. But a development team, a Turkish development team, decided to develop an MMO named Quinfall, which would be one of the first MMOs or game in general to take up that mantle and be built off of AI with a bit of assets and a little bit of other things to help out. But the biggest claim that Quinfall is going to be one of the largest MMOs to ever exist, but thanks to the help of AI, which helps sparks a lot of questions and worry as a supposed open beta that players must pay to get inside, but now has been changed to a closed beta due to the lack of communication from the team. I will own up and say, and I know some of you probably have watched my previous video, the top 10 RPGs that you should buy in January, and I will say this, I did have Quinfall as one of those lists, but I didn't really dig too deep into Quinfall. From my first initial impression of it, it looked pretty good. The combat looked a little wonky, but I didn't really look deep into it until about the past week or the past couple of days, where a lot of skepticism really started circling around Quinfall. And as I dug deeper and did a little bit of my research, I noticed after I made that video, I'm like, oh no, I made a severely bad mistake. But of course, I can own up to it. But I want to talk to you guys about a skeptical look at Quinfall's AI MMO. And like I said, I will be transparent with a lot of things, but I wanted to look at the behind the scenes from the team, and after the recent events this past week and the lack of transparency from the team puts a sour taste in a lot of players' mouths and almost being a scam or the day before part 2. But let's move on to let's talk about the story or behind the team of Exact. So the indie dev team is a Turkish team by the name of Veric Technologies. I probably butchered the hell out of that, but a team that started with one person and is now up to 56 employees. Their very first game was Kara Online, which seems like a very bare bones high fantasy MMO RPG due to some reports. Apparently the game went exceptionally well. Now, a lot of other people have been covering this game that was able to actually play this game, and from the looks of it, it literally looks essentially what that is, a bare bones MMORPG. And it's not bad for the game only being developed in 1 year's time. It started off with, literally, like I said, it started off with one team member, but they decided that, we were able to create a MMO in 1 year, but I want to create something bigger, grander, what can really feed the MMO community, something that we've been waiting for a very long time. Boom, that's when the grandest project known to mankind has come to fruition, Quinfall. But to help build the game with the size of the team that they literally had to call in extra help. And like I said earlier in this video, thanks for the ChatGPT and other AI art and all that good stuff, and just not literally using your usual let me go to Unreal Engine, buy my assets, call it a day. Let's utilize AI to help build up Quinfall, which the claim is saying that the game would be 2016 kilometers squared, being bigger than games like World of Warcraft, Skyrim, any of those games out there, Terra Online, Ultima, probably not Lord of the Rings, but something of that, like any other MMO. They're making this grandest claim, which is due to the fact that the game has only been developed for 3 years right after Terra Online. Now, for some of you that, who are either new to the MMO space, or some of you who are been around in the MMO space, you will know that it takes a lot longer to develop a MMO. Like, I think World of Warcraft back in 2004 that it launched, but it took 5 or 6 years since Warcraft 3 or Warcraft Reforged, to be able to be developed. And a lot of other games have took multiple years to fully be fleshed out. And a lot of worries come with this AI generated world is that we feel like the world will be lackluster. There's not going to be enough in this world to really truly do anything to really make you guys really like this game. It's going to be probably bare bones. It's not going to be nothing to do. It's going to be very empty. Even something like Starfield, it's not even an MMO, but it's such a big, grand world, but all the planets have really nothing to do, kind of like a No Man's Sky situation back when it first came out. Like, there's a lot of things that is pretty wrong, but let's start talking about where the skepticism begins. And I actually want to pull up 2 articles that kind of explain the skepticism truly began, because like I said, there's not too much information that went out regarding this. But let's head over to mmorpg's website, and this article was created on January 4th 2024 of this year. So we're on mmorpg's website, and right now Quinfall announced that they were coming up with a closed beta that was set to begin January 30th, and a couple months ago the closed beta was announced and that date did hold, but the update today to the community made sure that there are no plans for any delays. Now that's good. Now, there have been some speculation around that January 30th release date. There's so many informations out there, and there's no, like I said, there's no transparency. Some people think, oh, there's a closed beta on January 30th. Some people thought there's an open beta on January 30th. Then some people thought this game was coming out early access. Like, this game is coming out fully launched early access. And, you know, we live in that early access world where developers get to just, you know, push out their game and then develop it over time, send out updates, and we can still play whatever they have already created. Come to find out, none of that was correct. They're doing a closed beta, and as they quote, and then keep in mind, all of this information has to be, you have to be part of their Discord to be able to understand this. So they definitely thank you to mmorpg for getting us some of this information. But the first closed beta will take place on January 30th. There's no postponement planned. The date indicated on the Steam platform will therefore be updated to the open beta date in the near future. Closed beta participants will start receiving their game keys soon, and then selected users will be able to participate without the need to purchase the game. So already kind of giving me an idea that this game on full-blown release will be purchasable. So either pulling like a Black Desert Online or Elder Scrolls Online, where there's no monthly subscription. This is a buy to play game. Now, a lot of other people, of course, thankfully we got Reddit. A lot of people on Reddit have been, you know, kind of doing a little bit of speculation, a little bit of circulation. So they're saying in other spaces have been wondering if beta would be delayed or if it would really be an early access situation. Varrock Technology emphasizes free beta access, which basically squashes the speculation. But the further speculation comes across is that not only did that situation happen, if you go onto their Steam page itself, and I can actually pull that up for you guys right now. So if we actually go to their Steam page, the Quinfall, it had the release date, but now it is sitting with a coming soon. Which now it's even more worrisome because, like we said, this game was technically supposed to launch January 30th, and there's no communication between Varrock and the players in the community. This was already talked about months ago. We kind of did a little reiteration, and, you know, January is now here, and, you know, January 30th is only a couple weeks away, and their way of doing it, so they stated that the purpose of this closed beta is to let players into the world, let them explore, let them do the combat, which combat still looks clunky. I even said that in my previous video with the top RPGs. I'm like, I have a little bit of hope, but they need to fix the combat. The combat looks very stiff, looks clunky, the dodging looks very off, right? Of course, it also lets the devs gather some data and test their infrastructure with the first large groups welcome to the world, kind of doing normal beta testing things. And like I said, nothing too crazy. And that's what we thought. That's what we thought. Because when we head over, we reach, now we're a day after, right? We're a day after that recent article. And now the beta and everything else, the skepticism, this is where it really hones in on the skeptics, right? This is where it starts getting worried. And of course, this is after I made my video. Just want to make that known. Like, I know I said top 10 RPGs, blah, 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 but you know, now that I'm reading this, I'm like, I'm kind of regretting that I put it in my video. So we get to talk about, so the Quinfall team continues to push its closed beta, which is supposed to be an open beta January 30th, but they changed it to a closed beta. The team confirmed the beta said that there will be no delays, and then quietly changed the date on Steam to coming soon, like I just showed you guys. It literally was supposed to release, but now they went to coming soon, and they only did that after people started criticizing and being skeptics of the entire project. The team shared a brand new update on their social media, kind of hammering down the beta side of things, showing that there will be 25 days left, you know, that they're still doing the beta. Currently, there is no dev blog or video to, you know, look at to, you know, really home in on that January 30th. They kind of just made a Twitter post. Now, here's where it even gets even crazier. So, with the use of purchase assets and even stock images purporting to be the company's office as shared on Reddit. So, if we go to Reddit, this is where it looks so This is horrible, bro. And this is really where it homes in. So I'm not even, I know that nobody judged me. Oh, it turned. I was like, all right, there we go. Oh no, bro. This is bad. So this is my first time seeing it, but Jesus Christ. So this is what their interiors look like for Varek technology. This Turkish, like this looks so, it looks AI generated. This literally looks like they typed in on ChatGPT. It was like office buildings, office studio, make it look clean, minimalistic, modernistic look. And this is what it looks like. So, you know, it looks bad. And then that's when it really showed that they were comparing to the day before, which has similar skepticism. It's a lot of plot points that is kind of connecting the dots with the day before, and the team over are fantastic, just minus the volunteer work. So we got another quote from the team themselves. So the studio has revolutionary, reliable, and creative ideas in order to appeal to the global audience. Valrake is going to present the biggest MMORPG universe in the world to the global audience with their brand new game Quinfall. In the upcoming years, Valrake aims to adapt real life to the digital world by creating a sandbox MMORPG on a world on a scale never before seen. And it's so iffy, right? It sounds so far-fetched. Like, that is the wildest claim that anybody can really make, because even some of the biggest MMOs to ever exist never once used that as their main claim of anything. That's their main selling point, that this is the biggest MMO. And now, with all the stuff that my research that I've been doing for the past like 2 or so days now, like really just leaning on this, I've been watching other people's videos, and I'm just like, man, this is insane. Like, not too many people can make a claim like that and then it be good. Like, that's the problem about it, is you gotta have content in this. You gotta have the side quests. Like, I know, like, you gotta think about games like Skyrim. Skyrim's not even that big, but it's big enough, but it's filled with content. Oblivion, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, World of Warcraft. You can do Terra Online. You can do shit. You can do Wizard 101 for crying out loud. All of these games like that should not be your main marketing point. And then, of course, you're adding that marketing point with AI. And especially with the whole AI situation, the community itself, the tech community, gaming community, we're on the fence. We're 50-50. Some people love it, some people hate it. And the fact that you're using that as your main marketing point is just, oh God, it's getting bad. So they made a tweet confirming, you know, limited spots are available for the closed beta. Only selected users will have the chance to participate, which doesn't seem too far-fetched, but when, you know, you're only letting specific people play your game, it kind of is a little bit off and a little bit weird, especially when you're claiming to be the biggest MMORPG. Like, you will probably want more eyes on this project. Like, right now, there's not too much gameplay to even be seen. Like, if you go on Quinfall on their actual thing, it's just either A, other YouTubers talking about whatever given points they want to talk about. And then if you go on their official website, there's the little character creator, there's then just the overarching just gameplay of just the different characters just walking through the game, showing off like the environment and then the subpar combat. This guy's comment and credit go to Psychogenesis. He goes, "You guys really need to get your communication down packed. So much information is out there." First, and which I was saying, I was hearing the same thing, and I'm actually happy that he said it, because I want to make sure I wasn't tripping. But first, I'm hearing this was a launch. Then I'm hearing you guys are selling spots for open beta, which clearly is not an open beta. Now it's a closed beta. And this is running into the same problem of why they're being compared to Fantastic and Valorant Technologies. The amount of talking to the community and actually, being very transparent with us and being honest, you got to. And of course, it also doesn't help that all of the stuff that you talk about regarding the game is within the Discord, which doesn't appeal to, as they say, as the global audience. Now, there's nothing wrong with, handing out information to, you got your Discord community, you got us talking about it, you got everybody on board. But what about people who are not in your Discord? Not everybody's going to, for one, most people don't got Discord, or most people don't use Discord. Some people probably don't use it often, or it's probably just installed on their phone and they probably barely touch it. Then you got the other half, people who love Discord, who's on it every day. But what if they don't, follow you on this like most people do? It's hard to really get information unless we join your Discord. So it's so secretive, even though this game's supposed to launch in 25 days. Well, as of this recording, now we're 22 days left. There's so much secrecy regarding Quinfall. There's not enough information, not enough gameplay out there, and we're running into a day before situation, which I'm just worried again, to be seeing how well that lasts. Now, as of right now, there's no new update regarding Quinfall, so if there's anything new come about, I will make an updated video. If Quinfall does release on January 30th, I will see if I can get my hands on it, just like I did with the day before. I want to at least give you guys my first impressions. I want you guys to see, just from my point of view, right from the start, is this going to be trash or is it going to be good? For most MMOs, like I said, the 3-year developmental time, plus utilizing AI, plus the assets, I'm very worried about, because their whole main point of it was, we can use AI to build the world, but we can just develop the stuff that needs to fill this content. Now, once again, this could be the best thing on the planet, the best MMO ever. You got to give them a benefit of a doubt. Give them the benefit of a doubt. This could be the best thing known to mankind. Being slightly satirical here. You could be given the best thing known to mankind, or this can be just day before part 2. A lot of the things what came the day before, it was shady from the jump. They had huge marketing, Nvidia, IGN. I've made an entire saga regarding them on my channel if you guys want to check that out. But without getting too carried away, this video is reaching 20 minutes. I want to know what you guys think about it. The Quinfall is such an interesting topic. It's crazy that we're getting something close to the day before part 2. And the community is also very skeptic of it right now, and I'm pretty skeptic. So I'll keep you guys up to date. Let me know what you think about in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Quinfall? Have you guys seen any news on it? Have you guys gotten into the Discord? I want to talk to you guys about it. Make sure to like the video. Helps out a lot. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Your boy's on his way to 1,000 subscribers. Let's definitely hit that goal. Let's get the community going. But other than that, it's been your host, KSDTV, here at Chaotic Inc., signing out. Peace.
Right things, I make them manifest. I don't sleep, that's so weak, don't plan to rest. I'm from a hood where you die if you don't pack a vest. No culinary degrees, but whipping crack the best. Chefing, hard times taught lessons. Praying every night to pull up in park Benzes. What's my home is what you call trenches. You wouldn't last a day seeing life through all lenses. It's all tension, no sun, and rain and plenty. Full-time job, still can never make a